record these videos, I normally end up doing them about 5 or 6 times, and this is the 3rd time I'm trying again. And one thing you'll notice before I even start is that a lot of times, and you'll see, then you probably just think I'm an idiot, which I am in many ways, but with a lot of software, whether it's GIS software, any of these complicated programs, quite often you try something and it doesn't work, or doesn't work how it should be. And I am the sort of person who's firmly on the sort of measure once and cut 5 times. But with GIS and things like that, I'm actually quite particular. And I like things to work properly. Anyway, so go into course content if you haven't done so already. Click on week 7. And you'll see that there's some layers to download. If you're going to use any ARC program, you can use the geodatabase layers. If you're going to use QGIS, use the shapefile layers. Now just click on it and download. When you go there, just go show in folder, double click on it and go extract all. And I have saved a place specifically for, it's in my quick, where have I put it? Quick access projects, and I have one for QGIS and I've saved it there. So if I go in there, you'll see I've actually already saved it there. So I'm not actually going to save it again, I'm just going to go cancel. I've also gone into this page, not this one, where's my other one? I've got too many windows open as usual. I don't know why they've got them all separate. And I've gone into this page, which I gave you, I think, in last week or this week's workshop. I don't know, one of them last week, I think. And I've downloaded this one, all of them except those 2, but feel free to download all of them. And you'll see there they are sitting in my downloads. There. Now what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to open QGIS, and I've opened a new QGIS thing. Sorry, it's a bit small because the monitor, this monitor's better. Now you can see it's automatically defaulted to WGS. We're just going to ignore that for the moment and just going to double click on it. Now I'm going to go project, save as, and I'm just going to call it, I'm just going to overwrite it. And nothing's on it. Now what I want to do first of all is let's add some base maps. QGIS automatically comes up under XYZ tiles with OpenStreetMap. So I'll just sort of zoom in a bit to southeast Queensland, more or less. And then I'll just save it. So there's various ways you can add base maps. So one of the ways you can do is you can click on plugins, manage and install plugins, which is opened in the other window. And, oh no, it's decided. And I am looking for one called Quick Map. In fact, I'm going to add in both of these. Not Quack Map, goodness only knows. So you can see I've got Quick Map services open, but I want to add in 2 as well. I also want to add in a map tiler. So I'm going to click that one as well, because theoretically, according to Google, I can get beautiful base maps that way. So let's just install this plugin as well. Okay. As I said, theoretically, according to Google. And it's installed, so I'm just going to go close. It's not going to show any different. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into View, Panels, and you can see down the bottom there is Search QMS. So previously what I did is I searched for Google Satellite Hybrid, or I just searched satellite, and I went Add, and it has added it to the map, but you can't see it because it's overlaid by OpenStreetMap. So if I just untick it, you can see there is the Google map. These Google Maps are lovely. And I will just save that. Now I also want to go into this other one called Map Tiler. And let's see if we can find it, whether it's in the toolbar. So there's the Map Tiler in a toolbar. I can't really see it. See if I can find it in a panel. Can't find the panel, so let's go into toolbars. Theoretically, is this Map Tiler? Quick OSM, I don't know where Map Tiler is. Oh, there it is there. It's not, let's just pause this a second. There we go. So I went back to the website I was looking for, so which, by the way, is this one, maptiler.com. And because I'm not very good at reading instructions, I didn't get as far as this, and it said search for Map Tiler. Close QGIS, which is a bit of a pain. So let's just close QGIS and we'll start him up again. Open up QGIS again, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And we've just opened it up, restoring loaded plugins. Good, that's what we want to do. And let us go into our project because it's automatically opened as a nothing. And let's just wait for it to decide to do its stuff. I'll go open recent. We'll click on this. So now theoretically it should be working. We'll go into view. Let's go into our panels. Let's go into our toolbars and let us find our map tiler. Good, well, there's the map tiler. I need to find out where it's hiding. We'll just pop him up there, pop him into the panels. After a bit of Googling, of course, I discovered that, yes, you can do it that way. But if you sort of go further down, as I mentioned, I'm not very good at reading instructions. This is very good, but you need to do that with an API. I'll show you how to do it later. Anyway, so you got to do this restart and click on the plugin and an account. So if I click on the plugin again, you got to do the plugin. You got to go into the account. So for the moment, I'm just going to leave this okay. But what I'm going to do is show you how to do it in another way. So what I did is I went on into, I just Googled, and I actually went into the Queensland's government open data portal, and I looked for base maps, because why not? And I found that they've actually got 3 different base maps that you can use. What you need to do is you need to click on, so first of all, I just went into Queensland base map, and they've got 3 different ones, which are mostly pretty okay for ArcGIS. But what I want is you can either do it in color. So you can go to resource and it opens an ArcGIS Pro. But what you see is you can see a URL. I've right-clicked on the URL. I've copied the link address. And I've gone back into QGIS. Now, you don't add it by WMS. What you do is you add it as an ArcGIS REST server. Exactly, click on new connection, just call it whatever you want to do. No, it doesn't matter what you call it. And then in the URL, you just go Control-V, click that, paste in the thing, and you can see there, it's put the ArcGIS, and if I just double click on it, it will add it to the map. And if I wanted to do, for example, the monochrome one, I do exactly the same thing. Right click on it, copy link address, go back into the ArcGIS Red server, mono base map. Don't know if it's going to like the space, and I've spelt it wrong, but never mind, who cares? I don't care what it's called. And I've gone OK, and you can see there. So now I've got the mono base map, and I've got the Queensland base map color. And if I zoom in, it's not too bad, that. It's got all sorts of stuff on. And you can also go into the WMS. I will figure out how to use that other one. I'll show you tomorrow in class. And what we will do there is, I'm just actually going to leave it on OpenStreetMap for the moment, because you've got all this rubbish on it, but we'll just leave it for the moment. And we're just going to save it. I'm going to untick that, and I'm going to put OpenStreetMap. Even though you can't see the other layers, it's quite useful to just leave them on your map if you still want to use them. Now, what I want to do now, I've got this, I've saved it. I'm going to add in all the data that I downloaded. You'll also notice that it's a lot more picky and difficult adding base maps and things on QGIS, because even though QGIS is pretty powerful and it's got quite a lot of help and everything, it isn't the same as you know, an expensive, enormous program like ArcGIS Pro or something. You know, it's you know, you pay a lot of money for that. So all I've done is I've navigated to student shape files, I've highlighted them all, and I've dragged them on the map. And it will come up with something like this, which just ignore this. I'm not going to take any notice of that. And it also, you'll see there that it doesn't put them in order like ArcGIS programs do. What they do is ArcGIS puts points, line, polygons. So I've just added them all up. It's a horrible mess. So what I'm going to do there is just drag them in the sort of order that ArcGIS would, which is points, lines, polygons, and I'm going to untick everything. Okay, and I'm going to save it again. I need to check my time. That's fine. I've got 15 minutes on this program. So there you see I have threatened species. I'll just zoom out there. I'm also going to navigate to where I put my places that I downloaded off Queensland Globe, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to go, oops, sorry, this way. I'm going to zoom to layer, just go in a bit. I'm actually going to zoom out a bit. So there I have my places, I have my land parcels. It's got a horrible name, and I'm just going to leave that there for the moment. And maybe what I'll do first is let's edit the places, just so I have, if I right click and I open the attribute table, which is opened on the other screen, of course, you can see that I have a lot of stuff there which is not necessarily what I want. So what I can do is I can hide things. I can click on them and I can go right click hide column. I can right click hide column, right click hide column. If I want to change the name, I've already changed the name of label ID, but if I wanted to change it again, I could just double click on it and you just type in and you do that.